Elon Musk's 2026 Tesla super-electric plane has finally arrived, and the world is paying close attention to what's inside and how it could change aviation forever. For decades, regional travel in the United States and beyond has been stuck with a stubborn problem. If you need to get from one city to another, somewhere in the range of 400 to 500 miles, you're often faced with an unpleasant choice. You can drive, but that eats up 6 to 7 hours on the road, depending on traffic, rest stops, and city congestion. On the other hand, you can fly. But short-haul flights for that distance still average around $397, and the experience is hardly smooth. The cabins of today's turboprops often hum along at noise levels around 85 to 95 decibels, loud enough that passengers struggle to have a normal conversation without raising their voices. On top of that, about 73% of regional flights even arrive on time, which means more than a quarter are late. Delays usually come down to maintenance problems or the fact that an aircraft is stuck on another route running behind schedule. In short, regional travel today is noisy, slow, costly, and unreliable. This is where Elon Musk's Tesla super-electric plane steps in. The idea is bold, and the solution feels almost obvious once you hear it explained. What if there were another way to cover that same 400 to 500 miles as quickly as a plane, at a fraction of the cost and with none of the downsides? Instead of sitting through hours in traffic or waiting around in long airport lines, what if you could arrive at a small regional hub, board quickly, fly in near silence, and land exactly where you want to go with time to spare? That's the problem Tesla has been working to solve. And the 2026 model is finally here. The Tesla super-electric plane takes on this challenge in ways that no conventional aircraft manufacturer has seriously pursued. The breakthrough comes from a combination of technologies that Tesla has been refining for years across its cars, trucks, energy products, and battery systems. The first piece of the puzzle is the hot-swap energy pack design. Instead of waiting for long charging cycles or dealing with complex refueling logistics, Tesla's electric plane uses modular battery packs that can be swapped out in minutes. That means a plane can land, unload passengers, and before the next group even sits down, the energy core is refreshed and ready to go. It transforms the turnaround time from hours to minutes, something airlines and passengers have been dreaming about for decades. The second key breakthrough is distributed propulsion. Instead of relying on one or two massive jet engines, the Tesla plane employs a network of smaller electric motors distributed along the wings. This does two things immediately. First, it slashes noise dramatically. Instead of the bone-shaking roar of turbofans or props, you get a low, smooth hum that makes the cabin environment calmer and far less stressful. Second, distributed propulsion introduces redundancy. If one motor fails, the others keep working, meaning the schedule stays intact and safety is never compromised. Maintenance becomes easier because fixing or replacing a single motor is much quicker than servicing a huge jet engine. It's this combination quiet operation, redundancy, and rapid turnaround that makes the Tesla plane not just another concept, but a serious contender to fix regional travel. For anyone frustrated with today's travel headaches, the idea of hopping on a plane like this feels almost magical. No endless security lines, no sitting on the tarmac waiting for delayed aircraft, no dealing with missed connections that throw off an entire day. It's the kind of leap forward Musk has promised in other industries. And now aviation gets its turn. But how does it work inside? The first major question was cabin layout. Regional travel doesn't need the giant configurations of a commercial jetliner. Instead, the Tesla plane focuses on flexible layouts between 4 and 12 seats. That's perfect for short hops, family travel, business trips, or small groups. The layouts Tesla is introducing first are 4 and 6-seat designs, which cover everyday needs while keeping things simple and cost-effective. The cabin has been carefully designed around comfort, accessibility, and speed. Instead of cramming in as many seats as possible, Tesla opts for a 101-seat layout with an aisle around 20 inches wide. This small but thoughtful choice makes a big difference. Older adults, children, or anyone with mobility challenges can move comfortably through the cabin. The seat pitch, meaning the distance between one seat and the seat in front of it, runs around 33 to 34 inches, giving enough legroom for short flights without feeling cramped. Seat widths of 18 to 19 inches strike the balance between comfort and efficiency. Perfect for trips that run 45 to 90 minutes. Another smart decision is how Tesla handles baggage. Instead of bulky overhead bins, which slow down boarding and add weight to the plane, luggage is stored under the seats and in the rear compartment. This keeps the cabin uncluttered, speeds up boarding and deplaning, and reduces the mechanical headaches of bins that constantly break on conventional planes. Boarding becomes almost as quick as stepping into a car, which is exactly the point. Once you're inside, the difference is immediate. The cabin is quiet, far quieter than the whine of turboprops or jets. You can talk at a normal volume. You don't leave the plane with ringing ears. The lower noise levels make regional flights more appealing to parents with kids, professionals who want to work in peace, or anyone who simply wants to relax without constant noise fatigue. The propulsion stack under the hood is where things get truly fascinating. By distributing motors along the wings, Tesla reduces noise and increases redundancy, but it also slashes upkeep costs. Traditional jet engines are incredibly expensive to maintain, with parts that degrade under high stress and extreme heat. Electric motors, by contrast, are simpler, cheaper, and last longer. Maintenance cycles stretch out, and airlines save money while passengers enjoy fewer cancellations. It's a win for everyone involved. Then there's the energy core. Tesla knew that, without solving the battery question, electric planes would never get off the ground. The challenge was designing a core that could handle both fast turnaround and long life. That's where hot-swappable packs come in. Instead of waiting for a charge, the plane lands, technicians slide out the spent packs and slide in fresh ones. The process is nearly as quick as refueling a car at a gas pump, but with none of the fumes or fire risks. This keeps planes in the air, not sitting around on the ground, and ensures airlines can stick to tight schedules. For pilots and passengers, safety and calmness matter most, and that's where avionics come into play. Tesla's advanced avionics suite blends automation, AI, and redundancy to keep flights smooth and predictable. Turbulence responses are quicker, autopilot systems are more reliable, and constant data monitoring means small issues get flagged before they turn into big problems. For passengers, this translates into calmer flights with fewer surprises. For airlines, it means more on-time arrivals and fewer expensive disruptions. Tesla also rethinks how the plane is serviced. One of the great bottlenecks in regional aviation is the dependency on big airports with huge maintenance teams. The Tesla plane flips that logic by being designed for easy servicing at small airports. Because the propulsion units are modular, because the battery packs are swappable, and because the systems are software-driven, a small crew at a regional hub can keep the planes in perfect working order. That means the Tesla plane isn't limited to major city airports it can land, recharge, swap batteries, and take off again from far smaller fields. This opens up an entirely new map of destinations and reduces the reliance on the giant hubs that currently dominate aviation. Think about what this means for everyday travelers. Instead of driving hours to reach a large airport, you could head to a nearby regional strip, board a Tesla plane, and reach your destination faster than ever. Trips that used to feel exhausting and expensive become simple, quick, and affordable. Musk often says that the real measure of disruption is whether something becomes accessible to ordinary people. By that definition, the Tesla super electric plane is poised to be one of his most disruptive projects yet. Of course, none of this happens in isolation. Tesla's work on batteries, AI, and manufacturing all feed into this project. The lessons from the 4680 cell, from aluminum-ion breakthroughs, from the Megapack grid storage systems, all of them contribute to making an electric plane feasible. In that sense, this aircraft is the sum of Tesla's entire ecosystem applied to aviation. And because it is modular, scalable, and flexible, it doesn't just solve today's problems, but lays the groundwork for longer-range flights in the future. the arrival of the Tesla super-electric plane signals something much larger than just a new product launch. It represents a rethinking of how we move around. For over a century, aviation has been dominated by fossil fuels, loud engines, and expensive upkeep. Now, for the first time, a viable alternative is here, one that doesn't just match the old system, but improves on it in nearly every way. Quieter cabins, cheaper tickets, faster turnarounds, easier maintenance, greener energy, and a smoother passenger experience. Regional travel no longer needs to be noisy, slow, and costly. With the Tesla super electric plane, it can be fast, affordable, and stress-free. For travelers tired of sitting in traffic, for airlines tired of juggling delays, and for communities that want better connectivity, this is a law.